Jim.
The soil he did crawl.
Earthworm Jim.
A super suit did fall. Jim was in the dirt eating chewy length of worm flesh, but all that came to a crash.
Alright everybody, this is the last one. This is our last Andy Asteroids. Our last race against Psy-Crow. Now this one gave me quite a bit of trouble. I had to put a lot of time in practicing. But I think I've got it. And we're going to see if we can beat this without having to fight Psy-Crow. Now, Psy-Crow seems to be a little smarter in this one, in that he's going to go for those speed boosts. He didn't seem to really go after them as much in the other missions. I mean, he would get them if, you know, they were in the way. But practicing through this one, I've noticed that he would actually really go for them. But we're more than halfway done. We're like 3/4 done, so I think we're all right. Unless I do something monumentally stupid. Alright, we did it. We won. Alright, Jim, get some celebration in there. Groovy. Alright, so it's time for the very last level. Welcome to Buttville. So, except for maybe Peter Puppy, this is the single toughest level in the game. It makes sense, it's the last level. Now, I had to practice this and practice this and practice this and practice this some more until I was finally able to get reasonably consistent with beating this stage. So I'm going to give you the heads up ahead of time. If I start having a lot of trouble, expect to see me just edit out the long stretches of screwing up, so that way we can just keep the story going. But this first level, this is an interesting one. There's not really much running, gunning, or platforming. This is all worm helicopter. We want to avoid these spikes. These spikes do tremendous damage. Now, I'm going to ignore my own advice there to grab that one up. Nope. Come on. Did it. Alright, so that was the first half of the level. This is the second half. Now, there's still spikes everywhere. And there are some, well, there are some really tough, annoying enemies to deal with. And a lot of these hook jumps. You know what? I usually don't bother with those power-ups on the bottom, but you know what? Let's see what happens. Alright. Nope, didn't make it. Now, these are our first enemies here. These, I don't know, flies. Now, the game probably wants us to deal with them. But if I can get around them, I will. Come on. Nope, we're gonna have to deal with them. There we go. Now, there's actually not supposed to grab that hook. There's one that's supposed to be further ahead that you're supposed to get. But if we can avoid some trouble, we will. So here's a new enemy. I don't know what to call these guys, but these guys are instant hit kills. Our gun doesn't seem to bother them, but we can worm with them. All that goo, though, is dangerous. That will hurt us. Those worm... Oh, now these little suckers are the worst. They kind of like jut their tongues out like bolts of electricity. You can shoot them to get them to sort of back off for a little bit, but it doesn't last really that long. Oh, there's that cow again. That cow has been our friend throughout this entire adventure. Okay, we're about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way done, maybe a little more. And now we have these round platforms. These round platforms, well, they don't work with us, they work against us. If we sit on them for too long, they'll just knock us off. Come on. Now I'm hoping I can grab that red sphere up there without dying. Really want to get that. There we go. So I took out those two little hives because I didn't want them bothering us while we're trying to do this jump. Nope. Wouldn't you know it, when I'm recording I have performance anxiety? Come on, Jim. There we go. And there's that little troublemaker again. We're just going to run past it. Now we are going to run, jump, and helicopter all the way to the right and grab that. Now the game wants us to go up, but if you notice to the left, there's a little hook. And if I can get that... Alright, we get a new continue point that's even closer to where we are. And if I can make that jump... Alright, so we're back to full health. Well, close to it. We got our gun powered up. And we got extra gun. Well, extra ammo. But we want to be careful. Because these, I don't know, whatever these worm things are, they're over here. Now there should be one more. I have trouble with this one, so what we're going to do is just wait. We're going to let it come out, snap, let it go back in, and jump. Okay, here's another little area I have trouble with. We want to drop and worm whip that hook. So I'm going to try to drop and hope for the best. Nope. Okay, and we're actually almost done with the level. It's going to really depend on the next couple of moves I make. Going to want to avoid these worms that are coming out of the wall. And you see that kind of like nub up there? We can whip that. And we avoid all that trouble. And now it's mini-boss time. This is part of the game's final boss, Queen Slug-for-a-Butt. And this is, well, her butt. She's like an ant queen, so I forget how to pronounce it. Ovipositor, something like that? So that was the end of it. And that's like the track of it up there. We're not jumping yet. We're going to go back and we're going to collect this red orb. So hopefully we'll be at more or less full power when we take on the boss of the game. Now this, I don't know where these little bugs come from, but they do. This is a tough part for me. I screw this up a lot. But we want to make a jump to a round platform. over here. And look, I've already screwed it up. And we want to get on that green sort of snot thing. And now it's boss fight time. We're just going to kind of float around the queen. And if we give her too much time, she'll start summoning bugs. But if we just time our shots, that we hit her at, you know, left, right, top, and bottom, we'll be safe for the most part. It's a little slow going, but it's pretty safe. Sometimes I'll try to whip her when I get underneath her, because that seems to be one of the better times. Doesn't always work out. But as long as you're patient and you got plenty of ammo, you can get through this part. The boss fight itself isn't too tough, especially if you're patient and you have the ammo. But it can be time consuming. The level itself is really the hard part. And we did it. We beat hideous, pulsating, fat, bloated, disgusting, pulsating queen Slug-for-a-Butt. So we beat the game. Although we did play it on normal, so we're going to get the normal game ending. You're the best. Thank you, I appreciate that. Very kind of you to say. So that's Princess What's-Her-Name. And that's her name, What's-Her-Name. And apparently Jim likes what he sees. Now, we don't know what Jim was doing all this for. We don't understand. Was this some sort of quest to save the princess? Was this him just being a hero? Was this just having fun? But, well, unfortunately he doesn't get the girl in the end. The cow gets the girl. The cow is a girl. So here we go. This is the ending credits. Now, I think if we beat it on a harder level, the creator, what is this, Douglas Tenaple here, would be, you know, giving us a speech. He'd be telling us how good we did, and no matter what happened to us, you know, we can always appreciate that we beat Earthworm Jim, and that he has faith in us, and that he's proud of us, and that we're going to go out and we're going to make something of ourselves. But I don't think I can beat this game on hard. I had a hard enough time on normal. But what can I say about Earthworm Jim? Well, I'm glad that I finally beat it. Like I said, I never beat this game from beginning to end, like you just saw. I would either put in passwords to go to the last level, or use cheat codes to make myself invincible. And talking about cheat codes, I was using some cheat codes during the course of the game to give Jim different like headgear, but I forgot about that. Didn't always work out so well. But I'm glad now that I finally beat it all together. And I can see why so many people have such good memories of it. The game is just chock full of charm, especially if you're a like animation fan. And now we find out what Jim is in this for the whole time. He was just in it for the money. He took that crown and he ran. So the game's over. We watched the credits. I just want to give you my closing thoughts. This game is tough, but you know what? It was fun. It did frustrate me sometimes, but as I practiced more and more, I got better and better at the timing and the controls, and I was able to enjoy it. And this is the way a lot of these classic games were. You could pick them up and play them usually pretty easily, but you had to put the time and the effort in to beat them and to get good at them. And, you know, it was rewarding for that. So I'm happy to have played and finished Earthworm Jim. I want to thank my friend and viewer Scarlet Carnage for suggesting this game to me, and I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. Jim has at least 3 other... He has, yeah, I think at least 3 other games in the Earthworm Jim series. So if you like this, you can play the original game on almost every platform there is. There's also Earthworm Jim 2 and Earthworm Jim 3, which is a Nintendo 64 title. And I think there was a special GBA Earthworm Jim game. And Earthworm Jim also got an HD remaster not too long ago. I have not really looked into that, but hey, maybe it'd be something worth checking out sometime. So, I want to say thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.